That is both the thing that she's afraid to hear and the thing that she wants to hear. She said she was from Tricentennial Electrics.
Tricentennial Electrics?
There's a moment before she recognizes the name.
It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you?
Whoa.
No, it was something else. It was eerie.
I can actually go with Inland Empire. And narrow your eyes. May have been some sort of rare electrical anomaly.
Prank is more likely, no? Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity.
I saw a name, East Delta Pinball, on the doorbell.
Right. It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure, before my time. I'm not surprised, however.
Huh.
My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, fluorography, trick-track, especially pinball.
I love how pinball is a fad in this world, but RPGs are not.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
Fuck you guys, pinball is awesome.
His disdain for pinball could not be clearer.
I was wondering about the Whirling in Rags. Is it part of the same building complex?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center project. That explains why you can call the whirling from the Intercom, albeit I doubt that anyone responds.
If the whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the Dune commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
It's funny. The more Inland Empire shows up, the less I am excited about it. I used to really like Inland Empire jumping in. But I don't know, like there's I guess the reason why I say that is because like I'm still fighting with whether or not this world is grounded in reality or whether it's fantastical. There are hints. I mean, like the thing that happened with Tricentennial Electrics is the closest thing to being like actual proof, but I don't know. But Kim heard it. Kim was there with me. So yeah. I have a few more questions about the building.
Sure, I'm listening.
I found a strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She closes her eyes as some remnant of a memory lights up her face.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks at the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains on the cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time.
She's right. Showing up to work on time is important.
Thank you, Dad.
Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking.
I'm just gonna go with the middle road. That's too. Because this is a ridiculous thing to say. That's too bad. I would have supported them. The project looked great.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
She tosses a pair of dice on the table. One of them stops near the edge of that metallic desk.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die. The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Neat.
Anything else?
Actually, I had other
Good.
questions.
I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Now that we've talked about all these businesses that have gone kaput, this question feels incredibly appropriate. I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced that the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going.
All right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
And cause that is a shrewd lie. Oh, cats are doing something back there. Yeah, the Union loves the whirling though, so it's not going anywhere. So I'll agree with her, you're right. Oh, this is such an interesting lie.
And then there is me.
She sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools lie there scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
It's because she's in cahoots with the demons.
Thanks, Half-Light. Wow, what a chilling thing to say to somebody, especially somebody who's been so nice. Is because you're competent and dedicated to your craft. The curse doesn't affect people like you.
What, so the curse only affects people with poor work ethics? What you're describing isn't a curse, it's capitalism.
Exactly.
The jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity. Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
Narrow your eyes very mysteriously. No, I don't think it's her at all. I'll go with number 3. I'll sit on the fence. I deserve to have it poke me in the ass. Honestly, I'm still not sure. This world is a puzzling place.
Now? I've always thought it's a rather mundane and boring place with no supernatural surprises in sight.
You haven't experienced the past 2 days with me, lady.
Well, if you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the curse, let me know.
She turns back to her work.
Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by the daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard.
She stops to try and come up with an example.
During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
And you never took your eyes off the work to look out the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
That's true.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
I see. Thank you for your answers.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
You probably can't hear it, but there are cats crying loudly in the background. And they're coming closer, so they might get louder. I think that's it. Report back to Plaisance about your findings. She's gonna love that. Well, okay. Nothing else to do here. What an interesting conversation. What an interesting game. Okay, I guess we're gonna go... Oh, Kim wants to talk to me.
It's dark.
The Lieutenant states the obvious.
And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand.
Fair point. Yes,
Right.
totally obvious.
Now let's get to it.
Some areas are inaccessible without your flashlight. After you've acquired it, go to your inventory and equip it in a held slot to continue exploring.
Yes, I just forgot that I unequipped it.
Mazovian socioeconomics.
Ooh.
0.000% of communism has been built. Evil child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmezov fucked him over personally with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very smart boy with something like a university degree in truth. Instead of building communism, he now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world.
Okay. Interesting. So left-wing dialogue options give me additional experience, but visual calculus and authority are worse. Okay. I think that's an okay trade-off. And let's go back here and re-equip this so we can see what's happening. No, there was not anything else over here. I'm gonna... Ooh, Kim is glitching through the wall. We didn't find the password, though. That's unfortunate. We'll have to go back and try that again at some point. Alright, the password is probably in the ice chest that we have to learn how to open. Right. I'm remembering. Where was the exit? Alright, this way. Sorry if this happens in the middle of an episode, you'll probably notice a cut there. One of my cats was absolutely screaming for attention, so I had to stop and give her some. And they're definitely still around, definitely still wanting attention, and so there might be more cuts, or I might just leave it in. I don't know. I will play it by ear. One of them might have been in frame for a second. Alright. Well, let's go tell Plaisance the bad news. Oh, wait. Can I mail that postcard I found?
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and bullet holes in the front.
Good mail delivery box.
The mail collection box has no faith in your psychopathic manipulations.
Of course it doesn't. So I was just wondering if I could, because I have this postcard. I guess not. Guess I can only hold tools. I was hoping. I could send it off. I guess not. That guy's just a drunk. Oh, I should have, I guess my bag in my hand. So I can collect more bottles. So I don't quite have the 20 real I need. Alright, Plaisance.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus.
Yes. How was it?
It was a charnel house of failed business enterprises, leeching life energy from this bookstore. that is both the thing that she's afraid to hear and the thing that she wants to hear. Honestly, a dump. Nothing to see there, just heaps of garbage. Someone should let the sunshine in.
What else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Naya. She's a novelty dice maker.
Novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
I did start this off by like convincing her I was a mystic, right? No ma'am. I have felt her aura. She is not the one to blame for this
I don't
curse.
understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
She looks perplexed.
Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. You've come this far. You know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
Well, I can lie to her. So suggestion is so this is the thing that suggestion is telling me not to say. And this is what Inland Empire is suggesting I say. It's a challenging check to get that dialogue option, which makes me or I could lie to her that the source is in the taxidermist's shop. It's such an interesting lie because it leaves Neha out of it. I'll go, I'll take Inland Empire suggestion.
A third order presence, yes.
Also a thing that she is likely to believe.
A great dark relief washes over her.
I've heard of these triactors. In certain occult literature, that's too dark to dwell on for too long, and definitely not in the presence of my daughter.
She gestures for you to be silent.
I understand everything, sir. Thank you for your descending into the maelstrom. I will keep fort up here, strengthen the wards, do my best. And if you happen upon the third entity in your travels, may the Lord be with you.
She performs an X-shaped cross on her chest.
Well, this has been absolutely educational. If we happen on the third presence in our travels, we will certainly come back to tell you.
I like how Kim is playing along as well.
Yes, the venture continues in other waters, darker waters.
Should we get out of here before the vortex collapses?
Fucking Kim. I'm looking for a book about cockatoos.
A book about cockatoos? There should be one upstairs, right next to the shelf of biographies.
Well, in that case, farewell for now, book peddler. I can level up. Ooh. Boy, that was a lot of XP to do that. Wow. I don't know what to level up next, though. I feel like maybe getting more thought spaces would be good. Let's see what thoughts I have unlocked here. I don't really know about these things. What does Inland Empire say about getting high levels? At high levels, Inland Empire animates the inanimate. You like conversations with your clothing, conversations that may change the course of your investigation. If you're not thrown in the loony bin first, with low Inland Empire, however, you'll be void of imagination and character. Starting to experience that. Volition urges you to be a good guy to others and to yourself. I'm tempted to keep leveling up Inland Empire just because it's getting kind of fun to get spooky about it. I'm getting beat up by myself enough that I might want to level up endurance. And there we go. Now I'm not next to death. Let's go check out this book.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective, Dick Mullen.
Not that one. Oh, right here.
A sulfur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open. It looks as if the bird is calling out the book title, From A to Zurich, a guide to a well-behaved cockatoo.
What a weird task. I say as though they've all been normal up until now. Flip through the pages.
That there are so many different cockatoo species, and they all have behavioral problems.
This guide to cockatoos, storekeeper.
It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious.
I can steal it. I can try to steal it, I should say. So it costs $3.99. Okay. Just want to know how much that costs. Okay, now, for a bit that might be boring to watch, but I'm gonna wander around. Oh, we didn't look at this guy over here. The coin-operated viewer has been banged up, inoperable. I need to find some more bottles. Let's turn into the frites. Did I interact with this? I'm not sure that I did. Oh, that's because I couldn't without the bag. I should try to pry that open with my pry bar. Yep, she's still up there. And we can go in there. We haven't gone in there yet. Take all. We're not going to go talk to Joyce, but looks like we've got something to read, and we get XP for reading things. Docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A. Alright, so we've gotten an amount of things, I guess. Let me equip my pry bar. And now that turns blue. Interesting. A classic double-breasted coat suits everyone, including you. If you ever find yourself battling winds at the helm of a ship, then the coat's heavy fabric has got your back, even if moths have left a few holes in it. I'm okay with dimming down half-light a little bit. Look at that. Eh? And what did that help? I just read it. Suggestion? I like helping out suggestion. Suggestion's a good skill. It's cool to have different things, man.